know the price of gas, and we're all folk singers, notwithstanding the beautiful environs here. So if you want to know how that works, basically you take home music that you could love by the many artists here tonight, and we get enough gas in our tanks to go home to wherever we live and get to the next gig. So everyone has CDs out at the table, and please do avail yourselves. We'll make it a hard, it'll be a hard break, that is to say no lingering. Just get out there and spend a whack of money and then come back in, because we've got a lot of show yet to come. But at this time, it is my great honor and privilege to welcome to this stage the man in whose honor we are all here. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gordon.
The tribute for such a long time. When I first started doing it, you know, I hardly paid any attention to it. And then finally, after a few years, I started getting involved. I said, what's happening with this tribute? What's all these tributes about? And I never worried much about tributes or anything like that, because all I want to do is just keep on working, see? So all these things come my way. I'm impressed, and I'm honored, and all those things that Jory and David put this together every year. And I appreciate the words too that the man from National Geographic said, because I have I've canoed 9 rivers actually in northern Canada on canoe expeditions, and I went down for about 20 years, but I remember we did them back in the old days. And when you get me going on canoe tripping, I mean, I could name them all right across the Nahanni, the Coppermine, the Back, oh God, the one that runs from Snowbird Lake up to Baker Lake in the Eastern Northwest Territories, and I've done 4 of them in northern Quebec. But there's one story I always like to tell. They say I like to tell stories about it. You know, you see all kinds of wildlife up there, any kind of, all kinds of animals. Well, I love the wildlife, and we had some really brilliant photographers with us, and we had some brilliant archivists with us who kept track of all these trips and wrote things down. But I remember one story I was going. The one in the east, the Kazan River was the one that I missed in the eastern section there. Getting over to northern Quebec, we went down the Rupert Hill when they were first building the dams up, and they're getting ready to dam up the Rupert River. We went down that summer, and the one thing I remember I really liked about it, I was able to take a shower. Canoe trips are like going to boot camp. Then on the canoe trip, you got to be there, but you gotta be there if you're on a canoe trip. I tell you so. I was in the Northwestern Territories, and I had gone by train all the way up to the Smallwood Reservoir up at where they mine, the iron mine down from, what's that town up by the Riviere de Pas, that we would portage over into the George River. I forget the name of the town, but I remember the river. And I remember one spot on the George River after we paddled through I forget the name of the lake, but there was a long stretch of river. And I was writing a song, I was writing Shadows. I was writing the song Shadows while I was canoeing, you know. Get a little sound on this thing. I am plugged in. Ain't I? Well,